welcome. Greetings, my favorite people in the world. Ah, it feels irresponsible. I I actually don't know. I think we're on like log eight, something like that. Uh, I can't even think. I just hop right on. I hop right on. I had to work today. Obviously, it's my work attire, but I wanted to jump in here, because again, we can't miss Sundays. I refuse to miss a Sunday. I think we've already established and locked in the fact that, I mean, this is our thing. This is our thing now. This is our Sunday hangout. So I won't be missing that ever, right? So I don't have much to say today. Again, it was a super busy week. I did not get a chance to work on the script or anything like that or bullet points. I know I told you guys I would, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I do want to say, you know, today it not necessarily motivational stuff this week. It's just more so I want to update you guys on what's been going on. So we have been doing this for about 8 weeks now, and when I first started, again, I told you, you have to really find your pace. You have to figure out what works for you and what capacity, you know what I'm saying, is best suited for you. You got to find your own stride, right? And then when you do, you have to find like and let me just say, I guess I was yapping because you 100% this is going to be a motivational talk, but man, it's like when you have to do your own thing, right? It's so easy to get caught up in what the social norm is for the internet as far as what success means and what success looks like. Man, you got to do your thing. I mean, you cannot keep compete with these people. They have money. They have, inheritance. They have family that will put them in, give them the position to do what they do. You know what I mean? And not all of them. I'm not. This is not an attack on, social. It's the social internet, right? It's just more so, I don't want you guys to get caught up in the rat race, right? Do not compare yourself to somebody who you see streams every day. I mean, their parents probably have six-figure jobs, man. They have the luxury to do what they do, right? You have to do what you're able to do, okay? And these last 8 weeks have been me figuring out what that is, right? What my company is, what my what what is my intention with my company. How am I going to bring my project to life, right? It's these 8 weeks have been me figuring that out, and it's also been me figuring out because there's no blueprint. There's no blueprint to this, man. There's just nothing. There's nothing you can do that's going to give you the answers to all the questions you have, right? So this has been me solely um working on these different uh facets to figure out how am I going to bring my business to life. You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to, and what can I do specifically to make that happen? And since these last 8 weeks, it's been me figuring that part out, right? I mean, because when you start a business, you do everything. You have to do everything. You got to, and I'm not saying you have to be the best social media marketer, but you're going to have to market on social media. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to be an artist, right? But you're going to have to start creating some content. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to be doing some things that you just have no idea how to, or you're just not comfortable with. You're going to have to do those if you want to get ahead in anything. And I'm starting a publishing company. You guys doing something else. You want to be a streamer, a content creator. You want to be a fashion guru. You want to God, I mean, so many things you can do and you may want to do, but everything stays the same. You're going to have to do these things that are going to make sense, and you have to have a plan. You got to have a plan. You cannot do anything without a plan, right? And so, enough yapping. Let me get into telling you all this because I just feel like I want you guys to use me as a use case study. You are seeing me from the very bottom, right? There is no business, there is no anything. There's just only thing I got is what I got in my pocket. That's what you guys are seeing. This is what this whole series is. I want this series to go until I feel as though I make it. That's when the series may end. And when I make it, you guys would have been there every step of the way, right? And you yourself can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. That's what I want you guys to take from this. And then the next series after this, would be the next level. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the next level. So, without further ado, like I said, these 8 weeks have been crazy for me, right? I've been figuring out, what I want to do, how I'm going to do it, things like that. And a couple things that popped up as you've seen. Number one, excuse me, working on the book, right? So once a week, like I say, I say this in a couple videos all the time. Once it's very hard for me to stay focused, right? Me posting about a specific thing once a week causes me to continuously stay consistent with it, right? I don't want to mess around and be stuck doing a page or writing a book and then lose that traction. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just it's a level of disappointment there, right? I don't want that. So, once a week, I'm always right talking about the book. I haven't gotten past chapter one because my thing is to say, like, you got to work smarter, not harder, right? And so at first, I was writing the book. I was writing it by hand, and I think there's a level of I I don't want to call it writer's block or anything like that, but what I do want to say is it is I think mentally because I felt like I could bring the book everywhere with me, it was harder to write. It felt like more pressure than needed because I was like, I look over, man, I didn't write another book today because it's a lot happens in life. You know what I'm saying? And it's out of your control. There's certain things you can't do certain things about it. You know what I mean? Like life happens. Like just simple to say, like life happens. And so I'm just kind of sitting there like, damn, man, I look over it. I had a long day. I'm like, I didn't write in the book today, right? And, I do want to get to it, but I just don't get to it because I don't have the energy to just start writing, another 1,000 words today. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got the energy for all that. And then by the time I wake up the next day, I'm trying to chill. I wake up the next day, it's the next day, and then my day restarts. And I might have a busy day, I may not. On my slow days, I'll write, but on my normal or busy days, I write either less or I just forget to write at all, right? And so, after a few weeks of that, I ended up switching because I realized because I'm on the computer most of the time, I can type, so I can put like an hour a day and just type for like an hour, you know what I'm saying? And then that's my work, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm already in the flux, I'm already on the computer, I'm typing my reports up, obviously do real estate, so I do a lot of contracts and I do appraisals, so I do a lot of paperwork. So like, I'm already on the computer, I'm typing, I take an hour a day, you know what I'm saying? And I just type for that hour, and it's like it doesn't even really register. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even really register as additional work, right? Because it's already mixed in my workload, so it's cool. So I made that transition maybe 2 weeks ago, not last week. Last week, made that transition last week, and I gotten so I'm far into chapter one, but I'm typing them from the beginning. And I'm working back up to chapter one, so hopefully I'm finished and moved up by Wednesday. We'll see how that happens because I've been kind of swamped, but we'll see if I can really lock in with that. But if I can't, it's okay. But that's a better process for me, right? So when you getting into doing all this work, all these things, you know what I'm saying? One thing that you're going to have to really keep an open mind to when you are working your business is to recognize what the process is, right? So your process cannot be it can't be too challenging because it's already challenging enough, right? Your process has to be smooth because the thing is, the bigger you get, if you don't have a smooth process, the bigger you get, the more complications that pop up. You need a process that's going to work, that's smooth like butter. You feel me? And then when the bigger you get, the easier it is to manage because you can manipulate your process to function better depending on what you got going on, right? So, that's a big thing for me. In 8 weeks into the project, that's a big thing for me, right? So I'm doing that. I'll let you guys know, how that works out, how that happens, and things like that. I'll let you know what's good with that. Um, but outside of that, moving on, it's also I got into the 3D work, right? So I've done 3D before. I've done 3D before, but the thing about 3D is that like when I was doing it before, I didn't really have a process. Um, I didn't have a process to for why I would need it, right? Like I was just kind of just doing 3D art to learn it at first, and I was like, oh, I will learn it first, and then I'll use it for applications, and blah 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 blah, right? But it just it didn't really resonate entirely to me because I didn't really have a full breaded purpose for it, you know. And so I lost interest because it is hard. It's hard. 3D is hard as hell, man. You know, learning it, it's just I don't care what you say, that is tough. It's tough work. You sitting there, you put it for hours, and you're working on um different what do you call that, man? You know, you're working on different functions for hours, bro. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that stuff looks right, it plays out right. You know, I know you see a video in the background. That's a 3D. That's a 3D video in the background. You know what I'm saying? Playing. I can imagine all the work and detail that goes into doing everything, with including animation. Oh, it's a beast, right? So you know, I had to, I picked it up now because I got purpose. I got a reason to learn 3D now. You know, I got a reason to learn it. And my reason is number one, I want to make my own video game assets. You know, like that's what I want to do. I want to make. Sorry, I'm not going to do all of them, of course. I'm gonna hire people to do it, but I want to be able to say I did some of the things in that. You know what I mean? And this is kind of something. It's fun. It's fun to do. I like it, as in you know, an enjoyment. I mean, it's fun. I like looking at the work that I create and stuff like that. It's an awesome feeling. So I love learning it for sure, you know. And my purpose would be it's because I'm going to make game assets for my games, you know, low poly and 3D and stylized, realistic. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn how to do all of that. I'm trying to get into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get into it, man. But I got purpose for it, you know. And so I stay consistent with that. I do that every day. I'm either taking a course, you know, practicing the controls and things like that, testing certain stuff out, or I'm taking the course, right? We're looking at the course, learning some things and things like that, right? And I'm following along with people, you know. So I post up every day. I'm on there learning some stuff and post up about it. It's cool. I fucking love it, man. I love this shit. So you know, it's just you gotta find out what works. And now these things work for me specifically, right? For the things that I do, because around the plan that I have laid out for my project, all this works, right? It works for me. And so, you know, I'm not gonna drag on too deep about it, but I'm just saying is that like, you know, these 8 weeks have been nothing but seeing what works. I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still making progress, and my thing is, I want to be able to get something going where, like you know, laying the foundations for social, because I don't do social media. You know what I'm saying? I don't do social media. I'm not really like a big social media person and stuff like that. I'm doing just I mean it's just it's comes with the territory, right? That's really why I'm kind of doing it. And I like talking, so you know it makes sense. That's why I make videos. There's not really much going on in the videos. You know, I don't have like you know, so you can see this is we were turning this into my niece's bedroom, but you know, she's not here. She's not here often enough. So you know, I just was like, you know, I'm just gonna use it for my setup and stuff like that. So I haven't really cleaned it up or anything. There's nothing really going on and nothing like that. But it's just kind of like to me, you know, it is what it is, right? And so maybe when I get far deeper into it, then I'll maybe think more about my background and set some other stuff up and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll put a little more thought into it. But for now, I'm like, hey, I'm just talking. You know what I mean? Like I'm just talking. So it's just getting used to like what works for me, right? And this is what I mean. Don't get stuck in that rat race, man. Don't get stuck in like following, because if I was to compare my stuff to you know all the people who do things on TikTok and how they have the setups and Instagram and how they you know what I'm saying and YouTube. I don't know why I started with TikTok and Instagram. Like all the people on YouTube with setups and stuff that get like hundreds and thousands or millions of views and things like that. If I compared myself to them and their setups, I mean I'd be stuck. The videos wouldn't I wouldn't have as many videos as I do today. You know, I may have been more conscious about my videos, and I want these joints to be raw. You know, I don't really want these joints to be scripted too much, really. And when I said script earlier, I got bullet points, and so I just talking points and stuff like that. But I don't want those scripts, and I want this joint to be raw, authentic. You know what I'm saying? Real straight to the point. Nothing like overly edited or anything like that. Like, nah, I'm trying to get crazy with it. Like, y'all want to see? I'm gonna show y'all everything. You feel me? So it's just I just gotta say, you know, these are those important moments, you know. And 8 weeks in the business, that ain't nothing. 2 months, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got your whole life ahead of you, right? So it's just this is important, and so this is just really an update, for what I got going on, and what I'm saying. So I also want to let you guys know that one thing that's big that's coming. So my publishing company will be officially, you know, launched December, right? And so up until December, like this is I'm making things happen up until December, building a community, trying to connect with you guys more. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of going through the motions of everything, and I this is just giving me time to get everything started foundation wise, right? So once we get into December, right? I got this crazy idea, which I'll tell you guys. I tell you guys that shit more because we finally put together, excuse me, a roadmap on A to Z, basically. So how we want to get the project going crazy, things like that. Like we finally had that full blown roadmap, right? And I don't want to release it now because this is where we start getting fun. 'Cause I don't want to start. I want to share things with you, but I will say, within this, we have a little section that I'm nicknaming Area 52. So we call it Area 52, but it's a section in the project where I want to release experimental stuff with you guys. You know what I'm saying? See what you think, right? I want to get your opinion, and if enough of you guys like it, and if you guys bang with it, I'll release it. So like video games, mobile apps, comic book series, um, short films, like all the different experimental stuff that we work on. I'm putting it in there for you guys to look at, try out, test play, all things. You know what I'm saying? And let us know what you think. And if you guys really like it, I'll green light it basically. So you guys basically have the power to green light certain things that we come up with. So I'm gonna be able to share stuff like that with you guys. So that's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm telling you that we got going on. That's all I'm telling you. But we finally got got going. So it's just everything from now on. It's just kind of like making making way, right? Um, Getting from A to B. And that's our focus right now. So this will be fun. This week 8 weeks have been crazy. I'm gonna continue to do what I've been doing every week. You know what I'm saying? Sharing with you guys, making the videos. Um, maybe I'll see if I get the time. See the thing is like I keep my stuff low effort because I don't specifically have the time to go crazy with it. I don't have the time. I don't want to spend 2 weeks editing the video that I made 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do nothing like that. And so what I want to do is make a video, post a video. Straight like that. That's it. Make a video, post a video. And then maybe when we get things going, I might get an editor, and that my editor can make it crazy. He can make it look exciting and stuff like that for you guys, but I'm not trying to go crazy. So from now, couple things, and I'm looking to add some stuff. So I want to talk about too, like let you guys know what I got in mind social wise. So this is stuff I can share with you. So YouTube, I think we got the YouTube down pack, right? I feel like the YouTube is down pack. I like the three different things we do. The Blender stuff, that's cool. Sundays and Wednesdays, that's cool too. I like those Sunday talks and Wednesdays, Wednesday book club. Probably do that. All right, probably. I like that Wednesday book club. You know what I'm saying? Um, those three things, I think that's cool. I think that's enough for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as TikTok goes, the only thing I have going is just the TikTok. The only other social thing I got going on is TikTok, right? And on that TikTok, I got I release story prompts and things like that. Nothing insane. But my next endeavor is to figure out TikTok and Instagram and Discord too. Discord is another thing that I want to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Like when we get a Discord going and we get a Discord going, I want to be able to figure that stuff out. So, you know, those are the three things I'm gonna work on these next couple of weeks and see what pops off. What's gonna go crazy, um, and we'll see. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I mean, you guys are along for the journey. So yes, when I make progress, you will hear about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep this video short today, 20 minutes. I think it was cool. I just wanted to just kind of jump in, pop up. Like I said, I just got off of work not too long ago, so I just wanted to jump in here and talk to you guys for a hot second. Just give you those updates. So. from here on out, expect some more things. And as always, stay consistent, stay focused, and I appreciate you all to the bottom of my heart. I'm out of here.